This is Jay with Sugar Hill Sway. Dig this after Christmas intro, man. Hello everybody, this is Jay with Sugar Hill Sway. It is, what is today? Tuesday morning, or Tuesday at lunch now. I have been working this morning on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, and I had to come to a gym. They were down for a couple of days for the Christmas holidays, and that gave me an opportunity to do some work on something that really, you know, it's going to take me 2 or 3 hours to do. Well, it took me 3.5 hours to do. So it was an opportunity for me to do that while they were down already for the Christmas holidays. And what the crap is that? Anyway, that allowed me to do some work so they wouldn't be down, because I had some work I had to do on it, and it was running. It just needed it. They had bent some parts and stuff on it before, and they were having to kind of push it to work, you know, kind of make it work in certain situations and stuff. So I replaced all those bent parts and stuff, so that thing is tight now. It feels good. But it's Christmas Eve, and I'm calling it off for the rest of the day and tomorrow. I don't think anybody's ginning. Well, I take that back. I know there's a bunch of people ginning today on Christmas Eve. But I don't think anybody's ginning tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. I got a couple that it wouldn't surprise me a bit if they gin tomorrow. But anyway. But it's Christmas Eve and I'm working. That shows my dedication. Not only to the company, but to the customer. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. Probably stupid. I ain't got nothing better to do on Christmas Eve. But I got done when I wanted to get done. I wanted to make sure I got done by lunchtime, so I went in there a little early. And I got family coming over this afternoon for Christmas Eve, and then tomorrow we'll be back with them again tomorrow for Christmas Day. I see there's a whole field of cotton right there. It is Christmas. They ain't picked it. There's probably 20 acres right there. There's another 20 right here that ain't picked. But I got done everything I wanted to get done, and like I said, we'll be back. Alright, y'all, I got me a little game camera. I'm gonna put up down here in this little clearing. I got it the other day. I lost one somewhere. And a hurricane come through a couple years ago and got it. We got the tree that it was on. I thought I had it. I thought I got it and brought it back to the house, but I can't find it now. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, I went and got me another one. I got 2 or 3 of them down here. Not in this little area though, but I got 2 or 3 of them down here. And I brought my, I can see ya. Yeah, no. Brought my air rifle anyway. My little Umbrex air rifle. If I see a squirrel, I'm gonna bust it. This is where I'm thinking about putting it, right down here in this clearing, because let me get out of this sun. This sun's a killer. There's a trail right there, but there's another one like right in there. Game trail. And I see deer in this field all the time. When I come in at night, I can shine down here. And I see eyes all down here. Right there is probably my best bet, I think. This where the trail is right big oak tree. And again, if I see a squirrel, I'm gonna bust it. You know, right down there's where I put it. I had to clean off some limbs and stuff to get it in there. But that's where I put it. We'll see how it does. Y'all see that cat? If I'm walking in the woods, if I'm walking, she knows I got a gun in my hand. She's coming with me. I'm going down here to check this camera. Look at her. Some folks have hunting dogs. I've got a hunting cat. Alright, there's the camera. There's the camera right there. We're gonna see if there's anything on it. I just left it overnight. There probably is not anything on it, but I just wanted to check it and make sure. Let's see if anything's on it. Look at her. What it is she thinks I'm going squirrel hunting. And I heard one a while ago, but you shut up. If I'm going squirrel hunting, she thinks she's fitting to get a squirrel. That's the reason she goes with me. Hunting cat. Here we are at Christmas 2019. Look at this little fella here. Look at this little fella. Sitting here whining. Look at him. He's in doggy jail. He's in doggy jail. Yeah, we're gonna have to take him out. That whine is just pitiful. Pitiful. Look at this little fella. Look at him. He's licking the leftover turkey. His name is Boo Boo Bear. This was my mama's Christmas gift that we got her for Christmas. And already it's rotten to the core. And look. He's a mess. He's a mess. He's in roll tide. Y'all got quiet off of the creek? Oh, he wants to ramble. He's getting anxious.
You gotta walk and it's a baby.
I think he does.
I like that. I can play games on that.
All right, everybody, this is right after Christmas here. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I'm not a big fan of Christmas time, not for what it is, but for what it's become. But anyway, it was good. We don't get together the whole family that often. A lot of times there'll be pieces and parts of us get together at different times, but we were actually together, all of us together today, and it's always good to get together with everybody. I've got a grandmother who's 94 years old, who just up until a few years ago still cut her own grass. Like I said, she's 94. She's a living legend. She still gets around pretty good for somebody who's 94. She still walk on her own. She still gets around pretty darn good, I think. I hope, if I make it to 94, I hope I make it as good as she makes it. But she does pretty good. I can't complain. She's a sweetheart too. But anyway, everybody was there, had a good time. Christmas is over, thank goodness. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Christmas, not for what it is, but for what it's become. It's become such a hassle. It's become such a pain. It's become such a, so commercial. Best thing in the world to do, that thing fell. Best thing in the world to do is just go somewhere for Christmas, I think. But anyway, we'll be back on the road tomorrow. See what's going on. Alright, y'all. We in hot pursuit. I heard a darn squirrel up here screaming. I heard a squirrel up here screaming. I think I got him pinpointed. I thought I saw him. We got a big old oak tree out here. I've seen him in that oak tree. But every cat in the county is here at my feet. So I ain't got to worry about him laying up. But his butt won't be still either because of these cats. I'll be able to see him run away. That's about it. If he makes a mistake, me and old Gus here, we're gonna tear his tail up. I'll see if I can get him. He's up in that tree somewhere. I seen him go in. I ain't seen him come out yet. And when they go to hopping from tree to tree, you can flat show see them. You can hear them when you pick up on them. You know, unless you got a shotgun, you gotta wait for them to be still. All I got is this 177 caliber pellet gun. I'm shooting those pellets with a tip on them. Sharp, red sharp plastic tip. You know, get one if I can see him. Of course, with all these mongrels around, they expecting me to kill them a squirrel. And that's all they want. But they making so dadgum much noise you can't hardly squirrel. He won't move. He's hidden a crook somewhere up in that tree. Somewhere. Because I ain't seen him come out and I'd have heard it if he had. We'll get him if I can. We didn't get him. He evaded us. That's all right though, we'll get his tail. They don't run very far. He'll be back over here screaming and hollering before too long. Then we're gonna bust it. No, I got out of the truck when I got back home from Christmas. I got out of the truck and I heard him screaming up there. He was close. I mean, he was right here at the wood line next to my house. He was close. So I went in there and got my air rifle. I got a little 22 and it does pretty good. But the air rifle is just easier to get pellets for and everything. It was ready. So I just got it. It's got a little scope on it. It's good for probably, I don't know, a good 10 feet. That's about it. But anyway, got out there and by the time I come back out, he had saw me and he run up in that big old oak tree I was showing you about. And I saw him go in and I didn't see him come out. And there's some trees all around. He could have got out if he'd wanted to, but I'd have seen it. I'd have heard it. But he's still up in that oak tree, probably sitting there laughing at me, but we'll get him. We'll get that squirrel. I can't stand a squirrel. If y'all can see that. That's out in the field. That's a water tower shaped like a cotton bowl. All right, y'all, good morning. We're leaving Atmore, heading to Montgomery. I was in Jay, Florida yesterday. Got them taken care of. Leaving this morning, going to Montgomery. Or up around Shorter, I think is where it is. Anyway, leave there and going back to Georgia. I swear, it seems like every gin season I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 gins that just wear my butt out. The rest of them I have to go to 2 or 3 times, you know. Maybe even 4 or 5 times throughout the gin season. But I have some, man, that seems like every few days I'm having to go up there. And it's something different every time, man. It's not, and it's just odd because next gen season, it's liable to be, 4 or 5 different ones, maybe 1 or 2 of the same ones, in that mix. But it's just, and those three gens have been wearing me out some this year. I mean, it's not, it's not like it's a repeat thing, it's not like I'm going back for the same thing every time. It's something different all the time. It's just the way it goes, I guess. But we on the way. We just passed a wreck. That's another thing I was going to tell y'all. We just passed a wreck back there. It had traffic blocked up for, 6-8 miles. And what it looks like a single vehicle wreck, but it looks like somebody's U-Haul got away from them. I hope everybody's okay because it was a van. And looks like the van jackknifed, or the U-Haul trailer jackknifed. There's one of these enclosed U-Haul trailers. I didn't see another vehicle. It could have been, but I didn't see one. But I hope everybody's okay. It rained a little bit this morning. That might have had something to do with it. But that's what it looked like. It was right there at the bridge. I know that's scary. And it looked like it beat the tar out of that darn U-Haul trailer in that van. But let's see. Well, here we got an exit 1 mile. It says Pike Road and whoa! Y'all, I am at this gin, and they got a railroad running right next to the road that this gin is on. And I hope y'all can see this. The flipping train is stopped. It ain't going forward. It ain't going reverse. It stopped. This ain't had much luck with trains lately. Dang! I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. That's the clock tower here in Dawson. I'm not really sure what building it's attached to. In Dawson, Georgia. I'll drive by there, I'll see what kind of building it's attached to. It's attached to something, whether it's a church or something, I'm not sure. But, that's the clock tower. This is downtown Dawson, Georgia. Right on the head up, stop! Let's see, what is this attached to? It's not really sure. I'm still not sure. Courthouse, maybe? I don't know. It may be. I don't think it's a courthouse. I'm not really sure what it is. I don't think it's a church either. I'm not sure what that building is, but the clock tower's pretty regardless. Of course, it's raining. Of course. You got your cotton in October, November, first part of December, you did good. If you didn't, woo, you're gonna be waiting. Woo, you're gonna be waiting. Like I said, we're on I-65, Georgiana and Starlington right here. Georgiana, if I ain't mistaken, and I could be mistaken, but I don't think so, they have a Hank Williams Jr., Hank Williams, not Jr., the daddy, the senior, Hank Williams Museum there in Georgiana, and I think that's his birthplace. I think that's where he was born. They got a little museum there. I've never stopped by. If anybody has stopped by, comment down below and let me know what you think, because I've never stopped by there. I was just kind of curious. Usually usually when I drive by there, I'm going to somewhere and I've got a place to be. I ain't just riding around, you know, so I've never had the opportunity or the chance to stop by there. And I'm sitting here watching the college football games, the playoffs. I just saw, fitting to watch LSU, fitting to watch Clemson and Ohio State. This ought to be a good football game, better than the one before. LSU really kind of mopped the floor with Oklahoma. That game was over by halftime. LSU's pretty good. But both of these teams that are playing here tonight, Clemson and Ohio State, both are pretty good too. Coach Ed Orgeron is a character within character. I'm telling you what, he's a mess. I love listening to him talk because you got to listen to him like 3 or 4 times before you can understand anything he says. You can go up and, you know, I think that lady's name is Holly Rowe. She goes up and interviews him after the game, you know. I'd listened to part of it on the road because I'm traveling. And I was listening to her interview him, and he talked like this, you know, he can't understand things said because he talk like this all the time. And like I said, you gotta kind of listen to what he says 2 or 3 times before you can really understand what he said to begin with. Because if you just go by the first impression, then you might get every 5th, 6th word, and that's about it. But I can see her coming up to him sometimes, and he's liable to slip in anything because you don't really know what he's saying. He said, "Coach, how would you rate your defense today? How would you characterize the defense, how they played today?" "Well, we was able to get up the field on 3rd down. We was able to play a double safety up there and bubble run coverage, and I like to sleep butt naked." What'd he say? Did he say he like to sleep butt naked? Coach, how are you gonna prepare now that this game's over with? You got one more game to go. "Well, we're gonna enjoy this and we're gonna have fun with this one. We're gonna go back home, we're gonna watch a lot of film, and I can make my toenails talk." Dang, man. There's no telling what he's liable to say. You liable to go back and listen to him. He's liable to, you know, tell you who shot JFK in there somewhere. You can't never tell. But he's a lot of fun to listen to. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's actually not a bad coach because he seems like on the stuff that he knows about, he'll get involved with, but the stuff that other people, his assistants and everybody knows more than he does, he's got enough sense to stay out of the way and let them do their job. And he knows he's the one that's hired them, and he just hired them to do the job. And that's really, you know, if you've got a head coach that's really, you know, micromanaging everything there is to micromanage or to manage on your football team, then, you know, you got a lot of problems there too, because then you got people who you're not letting them do the job that you hired them for. But he seems like he's got no sense to get out of the way. He's standing over on the sideline. Half the time he ain't got his headset on. He's got one arm crossed with another in his mouth. And ain't no telling what he liable to say when he come out and say. He liable to say like toe jam with my peanut butter. Or, you know, anything. Ain't no telling what he's liable to say. But he's fun to watch. I tell you what, he's a character within a character. Now that they beat Oklahoma, I guess I'll have to pull for LSU because they're from the SEC. And like I said, he's kind of fun to watch. But we're fitting to see this game. It's going to be a good one. All right, y'all. We are heading back up to Gadsden, Alabama. Or actually, it's a little town just east of Gadsden. But it's a Sunday. It's that dark and dreary, rainy. It's not really that cold. It will be after this rain moves through, but it ain't cold right now. It's about 67 degrees. And I-65 in between Montgomery and Birmingham. I'm gonna burn this road clean up. Okay, everybody, we're at the end of a week. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I've been doing pretty good. I think I gonna be able to post a new video every
every week. I'm trying to set up a schedule so everybody can kind of hopefully look forward to it. We'll try to do this like every Monday. Gonna try to upload a video sometime during the day or in the evening on Monday. A couple things I wanted to kind of touch back on. The camera, the little game camera that I set up. I carried it down there, let it set overnight. Went back down there the next day to check it out, and Genius here forgot to take the little SD card. It was on lock, so it ain't gonna record anything if it's on lock. So I took that card out, put a new card in, made sure it wasn't locked, and I left it down there. That was the last day I was at home. So I plan on going back home tomorrow. So, or what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. So I plan on going back home on Monday, and when I do, I'll probably check it out. If there's anything interested in it, I'll try to figure out a way to try to add it to next week's video, and we'll kind of see if there is anything on it. I'm not really sure, but we'll check that and see. The little water tower that I showed that was designed like a cotton bowl, that was actually in Florida. Right as you cross the Alabama-Florida line, right there in a little town called Jay, Florida. Excuse me. It's right north of that. There's a little twisty, windy road that runs from Bruton to Jay, Florida, and it's on that road. It's actually pretty neat, sitting out there in the middle of a field. You can't miss it. But it's a pretty tower. Yeah, the last thing, the clock tower that's in Dawson, Georgia. I'm still not sure what that building is that it's attached to. I'm just not sure. I don't think the clock tower works. When I drove by there, it's got the clock on the tower. The tower has a clock on all four sides, and I think all four of them was telling a different time, so I don't think it works anymore. If it does, then they got some problems. They got some issues. But we're gonna call that it for this video, and we'll see y'all next Monday. It'll be 2020 when I post another one, so gotta wait a whole year. No, just another week. Thank y'all for watching. If you like us, if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to click that little bell right there next to subscribe. That way you'll know every time I post a new video, it'll come up and let you know. Have any comments, leave them down below. I appreciate it. See you next time. That's all I got.